Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous lecture, we covered definition of risks. In this lecture, we are covering peril and hazard. There are different types of hazard which are normally analyzed in insurance and risk management. Now let's move to this lecture. First of all, peril. A peril is can be defined as the reason for loss. For example, if you have a car accident, the collision between your car and other vehicle is the reason for loss, and this collision will be treated as peril. Now let's look at hazard. A hazard is a kind of condition that could increase the chances of loss. There are different types of hazard. We'll discuss one by one. First of all, a physical hazard. So a physical hazard is a physical condition that might increase the frequency or severity of loss. For example, if you have high blood cholesterol, you would have more chances of heart attack. So high blood cholesterol will be treated as a physical hazard, and this could be the reason for your heart attack. And we all know that this sort of condition, physical condition, will cost you money, and so these are the kind of physical hazard. Now let's move to the moral hazard. Moral hazard arises from dishonesty or character defects in an individual. For instance, in your organization, if there are two or three dishonest employees, they might be the main reason of your financial losses, or they could also destroy your reputation. So these sort of character defects or dishonesty in an individual will be treated as moral hazard for any business or in insurance and risk management. Now let's look at attitudinal hazard and legal hazard. Attitudinal hazard is a kind of carelessness or indifference to a loss. Say for example, you have got a home insurance, and after getting the home insurance, you have become more careless to your home because you know that you have got the home insurance. If there is any accident, your loss will be covered by the insurance policy. So if an individual becomes more careless to his home, knowing that there is a home insurance, and if there is any sort of accident, those losses will be covered by an insurance policy. So this might not affect that individual, but this will bring some sort of loss to the insurance company. So carelessness or indifferences to losses is a kind of attitudinal hazard. And finally, legal hazard. It refers to the characteristics of legal system or regulatory environment that could increase the frequency or severity of loss. There are many countries in the world where the legal system is really not strong or regulatory environment is not strong, and this sort of legal system or regulatory environment are, are not really helpful for the business organization or for the insurance companies. So this sort of legal system or regulatory environment will be treated as legal hazard. For instance, if you consider the legal system in Africa and most of the African countries or many of the Asian countries like Bangladesh, India or Pakistan, and multinational organization will always create this sort of legal system or regulatory environment as a legal hazard for their business. So that's all about this lecture. In our next lecture, we'll cover classification of risks.